Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, you are enough. Look yourself in the mirror right now and tell yourself that you are enough, because you are. You don't have to have everything that the world says that you should have at this place in your life. You don't have to look like a celebrity. You don't have to look like someone else who is not you. You don't have to go bleaching your skin or wearing all the wigs in the world, painting your face every day to look like somebody different. You don't have to go bust your butt trying to work 2 or 3 jobs. You don't have to go and try to force yourself to like a certain career. So you go to school, be a doctor or be an engineer, whatever, and you really don't even like that. Your talent is in doing somebody's hair. Your talent is in speaking. Your talent is in using your hands to do something else, but you're trying to force yourself to do something to be big, so you can tell your family, I'm the doctor. I have a company, I have a business, and you're not even interested in it. Because if you feel like you don't go and do those things, then you feel like you're not enough. You feel like, then I look like the black sheep of the family, or then the world's going to just overlook me because I'm not going to be enough in their eyes. I mean, if I'm just working as a supervisor at a fast food restaurant, or if I'm a manager at a grocery store, I'm not enough. Nobody's going to want me. Nobody's going to appreciate me. And that's not true. Obviously, if there are grocery stores, fast food restaurants, gas stations, all that, you're needed. Your talent is needed. No matter where you are in life, you need to know that you are enough. It does not mean that you have to stay in the position that you are. You always should have room to grow. You always should be striving to become the better version of yourself and to get the best that God has for you. But to sit back and tell yourself that you're not enough because you're not exactly where you envision yourself being or where society says you should be, shame on you. You're your biggest bully, sitting back telling yourself that you don't deserve anything because you're not enough. You don't deserve a platform. You don't deserve to have friends. You don't deserve to be in a relationship or whatever it is, just because you don't feel good enough. That's where insecurities come from. That's where negative thinking comes from. That's from being pessimistic comes from. That's where settling for less comes from. Don't you dare tell yourself that you're not enough when you are. You are. I don't care what you got going on in your life. I don't care if you just got out of the system. I don't care if you just got off of welfare. I don't care if you just got off the streets. You are enough. And God can use you. As long as you wake up, you got air in your lungs, and you're able to move your body, you're able to talk, you're able to function to a degree possible, because not everybody, some people can't walk and stuff, and they still are here doing big things. You are enough because you're created by God. And I understand some of you don't believe in God, and that's okay. But I believe in God for you. So because of that, you are created by the most highest of high spirits that there is. There's nothing else. There's nothing outside of that. You got Jesus on your side. You are kin to Jesus because you are a child of God and Jesus is God's son. So what more could you want? Stop looking at what you have physically in your life and stop comparing yourself to other people, because then you won't appreciate the core of it. The core is that you are created wonderfully, beautifully, perfectly in God's image. So when you remember it that way, you'll stop looking at the flesh. You'll stop looking at what you have, the material things and money and all this. You'll stop looking at that, because none of that's going to matter once your time is up on earth anyway. I know we don't like to talk about it. That's taboo to talk about that, but let's talk about it. None of that is going to matter. You can't take it with you. God's not going to say, you know what, you were a millionaire on earth, welcome to heaven. Oh, you live paycheck to paycheck, your destination's hell. No. And if we reel it back in and we were honest with ourselves, especially as believers, Our purpose is not to try to entertain and try to show off and try to be better than and try to, be, walking around with a swell chest. Look what I got. Look what I got going on for myself. Look at the woman I got. Look at the man I got. You can't have it. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is to get as many souls, as many people gathered together, and to believe in God, believe in Jesus. To not just to believe, but to know that they exist. Our purpose is to walk like God, to walk in a way that we know that people can look at us and say, you know what, I know that your relationship with God is strong. I know that what you believe is what you truly believe. And our purpose is to live out the purpose that God has for us. And how do we know that? We stop being nosy and stop worrying about what other people got going on. And we sit down and have a relationship with God and we ask, God, what is the purpose of my life? What do you need for me to do? When we focus on that, all this, oh, I'm not enough, it's going to go out the window. Because when you know that you're working towards something, when God tells you, like, this is your purpose, this is the mission that I have for you, and you start working towards that purpose, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like every day, I don't care, you wake up and all you can put on is a paper bag, you're going to feel like you the richest person in the world. I promise you, because it's different when you're working for man versus when you're working for God. When you're working for yourself versus when you're working to have a relationship with God, it's different. I'm not here to preach to y'all, but I'm just tired of hearing people say that they're not good enough for something. They're not trying because they're not good enough. They're not trying to make these certain friends because they don't have enough. They're not good enough to be in a friend circle. What? We're all human. We're all human. We're experiencing the same human life. How dare you say you're not good enough to be in someone else's presence, another person's presence? Love yourself. You have to know that you are more than enough. And stand on that. And don't let nobody change your mind. Forget what society says. You look good regardless of what your skin tone is. You look good regardless of what your face looks like. You look good regardless of how tall or how short you are. You look good no matter how much money you make. You look good because you are perfectly made. A perfectly made image of God. And if that's not what you believe in, that's okay. But know that you were created perfectly. And if you are here, you have purpose. You are more than enough. And you always have room to grow. Always strive to be better. Don't use this as an excuse to say, you know what, this is who I am, so I'm just going to be this person. Don't do that. But also don't sit back and let somebody tell you that you're not enough. And don't sit back and tell yourself that you're not enough because you don't have more right now. You keep striving to be the best you that you can be. But in the meantime, along the way, every day, remind yourself that you are enough. But y'all let me know what you think. These are my opinions. I love y'all. And I want the best for every single one of us. But you let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment box below. Send me an email. Or let me know your testimonies and your thoughts, opinions, whatever you like to talk about. And keep the conversation going. And talk next time. Bye.